Yo, brainrots, welcome back to CapitalBurst. If you have watched my last video, you would remember that I made a video on dollar, how dollar controls the world. But then I thought, why not make a video on something that nobody knows about, that people know about, but they don't know the history, don't know the idea and why it was made, the euro. So I'm gonna tell you everything in this video today clearly. Okay, so let's start. Before the euro existed, Europe looked united on a map, okay, but fragmented in real life. Every border meant a new currency, a new exchange rate, a new set of economic risks. A German company selling to France had to worry about the mark rising or franc falling. Tourists constantly lost money converting cash. Governments struggled to plan long term because currencies had changed value unpredictably. A problem economics called exchange rate volatility, which simply means money doesn't stay stable. Okay, that's all it means. Nothing hard. Europe in that time wanted to behave like one big market, but its money system kept pulling that dream apart. The idea of the shared European economy, the shared European currency, didn't appear suddenly. It goes back to the years after World War II, when European leaders were desperate to avoid another catastrophic conflict. They realized that countries that depend on each other economically are far less likely to fight. That thinking led to cooperation in coal and steel. That led to trade. Then that led to shared institutions. By the 1970s, Europe began experimenting with keeping currencies stable through early systems that tried to limit how much currencies could move against each other. Okay, these experiments, they were never perfect, but they proved something really important. Europe needed a permanent solution, not just temporary fixes. So by the 1990s, the moment it felt right, the Cold War was over. Gemini, sorry, wrong word. Germany had reunified, and Europe wanted to lock in stability for the future. A shared currency wasn't just an economic project now. It wasn't an economic project anymore for the people of Europe, for the economic leaders of Europe. Okay, it was a political and historical one. The euro was meant to tie countries together so tightly that breaking apart would be unthinkable. Okay. Now this I'm gonna answer a really common question that probably came into your mind. Why Europe doesn't simply use the US dollar like almost every single country on earth? The answer comes down to control. Using the dollar would have meant letting the US Federal Reserve, America's central bank, decide interest rates for Europe. Interest rates determine how expensive loans are, how fast prices rise, and how strongly an economy grows or slows. Giving that power away would mean losing monetary sovereignty, which is the ability to control your money and respond to your own economic powers. Europe wanted unity, but not dependency. The euro allowed Europe to cooperate while keeping financial authority within the continent. Now, creating the euro required strict situations. Countries had to meet economic conditions known as Maastricht criteria. It is German, okay, that word, which ensured stable prices, responsible government spending, manageable debt, and steady exchange rates. These rules existed to protect the system because a weak economy entering unprepared could destabilize everyone else. Europe understood that sharing a currency meant sharing responsibility with everyone. The euro officially launched after a lot of hard work in 1999, but at first it only existed digitally. Banks, governments, and financial markets began using it while ordinary people still they were still paid with their national currencies. This slow rollout reduced shock and allowed companies and economies to adjust to the euro. In 2002, euro banknotes and coins were finally and forced to enter everyday life. Within weeks, currency that had existed for generations disappeared. Over 300 million people, 320 million to be exact, people switched to a new currency almost overnight, making euro one of making it one of the largest monetary transitions in human history. Okay, the impact was immediate. Businesses stopped losing money to currency conversions inside Europe. Tourists could travel freely with one currency in their pocket. Smaller countries gained access to cheaper browsing because investors trusted the strength of a shared system. On the global stage, the euro became the second most traded currency in the world after the US dollar, and today makes up roughly one fifth of the global foreign exchange reserves. The eurozone economy grew into one of the largest on earth, giving Europe serious financial influence. The euro also became it also came with real trade-offs. Countries that adopted it gave up control over their own monetary policy. Interest rates are now set by the European Central Bank for all member states, even though their economies are very different. When one country is in recession, the other and another is overheating with inflation, the same interest rate applies to both. Economists call this an asymmetric shock, which simply means economy is hurting while others are not. One economy is hurting while others are not, but everybody follows the same rules. The weaknesses of the euro became obvious during the early 2010s. Debt crisis. Okay. Some countries faced exploding borrowing costs and fragile banks, threatening the stability of entire gigantic eurozone. Europe responded by strengthening the institutions. A rescue mechanism was created to support countries in trouble. Banking supervision was centralized to prevent failures spreading across borders. The European Central Bank introduced programs like the outright monetary transactions, signaling it would step in to stabilize markets, even if panic took over. So here's a really common question: did the euro work? Did it complete its objective? Did it go for its goal and actually make it? Honest answer: yes, but not exactly how it was intended to, not perfectly. Okay, it simplified trade, it strengthened Europe's global position, and it tied economies together in ways that reduced conflicts. At the same time, it limited national flexibility and forced shared that decision making that doesn't always suit everyone. Some countries benefited more than others, which explains why opinions about the euro still differs today. Some people still don't like the euro. Okay, the euro, by the way, is not a finished project. It continues to evolve Europe and make Europe learn from crises and adapts its new rules. Today, over 340 million people use the euro every day, and it remains one of the boldest economic experiments ever attempted, have proving that cooperation across cultures, languages, and histories is possible, but never simple. The euro isn't just money, it's a compromise, a trade off, and a statement about what Europe choose to become.